Well, hello there. Come on in. I'm Chris Brown. I'm your humble chimney sweep. I was just going over your chimney inspection report, but now that you're here, make yourself comfortable. Let's go over it together, shall we? Okay, now let's take a look at the inspection report and see how it reads out. This is a generic report. This is exactly what you will get, only your information obviously will be filled into all these blanks. The upper right-hand corner of the report is the legend. Each one of these initials pertain to something. A is consistent with the age of the chimney. B, see comments below. C, repairs needed. D, need further evaluation. Or E, not applicable. And they're placed into the boxes next to the parts of the chimney that can be easily identified in this diagram. And then, of course, you'll find my comments here below. Now, let's take a look at your personal report. So stay with me. Hey, Dan, it was great to see you and meet with your clients out at the house today. Hey, by the way, what a beautiful house. Nice location, too, by the way. Let's take a look inside. So there's obviously a little discrepancy with the clearance. We would like to see in today's codes a little more clearance between the edge of the opening of the fireplace and this surround sides here. Not much heat spills out into the sides. This is really a non-issue, and obviously it met code when the house was built, or the house wouldn't have gotten its certificate of occupancy. It's the same way with the smoke chamber, by the way. A lot was made about this smoke chamber not being parged. Well, that's a fairly new new invention. Now, we've been parging smoke chambers. I have since 1980. It was since I started in the chimney business. But we parge them for other reasons. We parge them for insulation value if customers having legitimate problems. Sometimes it can pick up the draft a little bit and help it draw a little bit better because just like a boat, you don't want a rough surface. If it's unparged, it can be a little bit rough. This one's about as close to being parged as possible, and I think the mason just did that. I mean, it wasn't code required when the house was built. Let's scroll right back down to the fireplace thing. So what we're looking at is your practical, humble chimney sweep of 37 years is looking to make sure that you're not in any fire danger. Even if codes change and there is a code problem, that's the bottom line. Well, obviously this met code at the time, so there's nothing to be done here. But if there was this upper surround was lower, and I know that heat spills up into that area, that would be a problem. But instead of 12 inches here, you got about 16 inches. So you got more than enough clearance here with this opening. It's a non-issue. Dampers working well. We just addressed the smoke chamber. Let's move on. Flue system itself, this is a view 2 foot down into the chimney from the top. This is where the discrepancy is here. The mason obviously boosted the liners. These liners are 13 by 13 by 2 foot in lengths. He wanted it to come out right at the top of the chimney, and so instead of cutting a section in here, and this looks like about 8 inches of section that he should have cut in here, he just boosted it up. It was apparently okay with the original building inspector, and it's okay with me. To be honest with you, I didn't see any, I took views all the way around and I didn't see any openings, so I'm not seeing a problem. We scanned this chimney. We ran a scanner up it. We were looking for we were looking for missing flue sections, holes, etc. We didn't see any problems with that. Up on top, we could see there are lesions and there's a lot of cracks in the concrete crown here. But what's significant about this picture is you have a chimney cap that's affixed to the fireplace side, which is really all you need. This little flue here was the old furnace flue, and it's not in use, doesn't need a chimney cap on it. And but it is dropping water right down the flue, so I think a piece of sheet metal, a little 8 by 8 inch square piece of sheet metal glued down on top of that will solve that problem. Flue's not in use, never will be used again, so that would solve the problem. And by the way, chimney caps are not code required, so if we didn't want to even go to that trouble, we could just simply take the cap off. Let's see. Missing mortar in both shoulders, where the chimney shoulder's out. These are all areas where the water could be getting down in the body of the chimney. Hey, we looked at the flashing. This flashing is tucked into the joint. Perhaps the other inspector never saw such a thing. I don't know. It's very common, especially up north. I didn't see a problem with it. I didn't see any leaks. But I'm not a roofer, and perhaps it'd be smart to have a roofer take a look at that and make any repairs that he or she thinks needs to be made. If folks have questions for me, give me a call, 704-526-6348. You can text me on that number if it's more convenient. Email me at chris@affordablesweep.com. Thanks.